On the night of November 4th, the Russian armed forces launched another massive missile attack on military objects and energy infrastructure facilities in Ukraine. Throughout the night, the air alert sounded in almost all regions of Ukraine, including its western part. Closer to morning, at 5 a.m. Moscow time, independent monitoring services recorded about 20 powerful explosions in regions of Ukraine such as Odessa, Poltava, and KIEV. At the same time, it is worth noting that the Ukrainian Telegram channels drew attention to the very strange behavior of Ukrainian air defense systems in the KIEV region. The fact is that the Ukrainian air defense systems in the KIEV region did not launch even one missile. The Ukrainian air defense systems did not work even when two powerful explosions were recorded in the suburbs of KIEV. Later, sources in the Russian military department confirmed that during yesterday's massive missile attack on the territory of Ukraine, the Russian aerospace forces used two fifth-generation Su-57M fighter jets, equipped with the latest AL-51F1 new generation engines. It is reported that these fighter jets successfully coped with their task by hitting and destroying two classified Ukrainian army command posts in the suburbs of KIEV. Moreover, after the destruction of these command posts, some details of this attack appeared, which shocked the NATO leadership. Well, my friends, in this video, I will tell you in detail exactly what shocked the NATO leadership, and why yesterday's attack on the KIEV region was an omen of the beginning of the end of the KIEV regime. However, before moving on to the main topic of this video, I would like to tell you some very important news from the Special Military Operations Zone. So, a few hours ago, war correspondents confirmed that on November 4, 2024, the Russian army liberated several more strategically important settlements in the Kurakovo and Pokrovsk directions of the front. In particular, we are talking about the village of Maximovka, to the southwest of the city of Kurakovo, and the urban-type settlement of Novoalexivka, to the west of the city of Seledovo. Commenting on the liberation of Maximovka, war correspondents noted that the establishment of control over this settlement allowed Russian troops to secure their flanks from enemy attacks, and approach the village of Razliv at a distance of 5 kilometers. The village of Razliv is the main key to access to the Kurakovo-Zaporizhia highway. The importance of this highway lies in the fact that it is the largest and only supply route for the Ukrainian army group in the city of Kurakovo. Thus, the subsequent liberation of the village of Razliv, and taking control of the Kurakovo-Zaporizhia highway, will force the Ukrainian army units to finally leave the city of Kurakovo. As for Novoalexivka, the first to report on the liberation of this urban-type settlement by Russian troops was the war correspondent Igor Zhdanov. According to him, this strategically important settlement was liberated by fighters from the 80th Guards Tank Regiment of the group of troops under the designation center. Later, this war correspondent showed footage where the decisive assault on this settlement and the waving Russian flag in the center of Novoalexivka are clearly visible. Thus, with the liberation of Novoalexivka, Russian troops created a powerful bridgehead in the form of a triangle, Novoalexivka-Novodmitrovka-Vishnovoy. It is reported that this powerful bridgehead will be used to further storm the main city of Donbass, Pokrovsk. By the way, a few minutes ago, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation commented on the situation in the Kursk direction of the front. In particular, representatives of the Russian military department made a rather shocking statement. According to them, as of November 5, 2024, the Ukrainian army lost 29,658 soldiers in the Kursk region. It is reported that in the last 24 hours alone, Ukrainian troops have lost 356 soldiers, 5 infantry fighting vehicles, 5 tanks, 2 armored personnel carriers, and 20 armored fighting vehicles in the Kursk region. According to the Russian military, the heavy losses of the Ukrainian army in manpower and equipment forced the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine, General Alexander Syrsky, to prohibit the evacuation of lightly wounded and shell-shocked soldiers from the Kursk region. In addition, due to the acute shortage of soldiers in infantry regiments, the Ukrainian High Military Command began sending drone operators and even military doctors to the so-called meat assaults. Returning to the main topic of this video, it is worth noting that over the past 20 days, the Russian armed forces have begun to use Su-57M fighter jets very often, against enemy military installations located in the most well-protected areas. In particular, on September 27 and October 30 of this year, Su-57M fighter jets, using the latest Kh-69 stealth cruise missiles, destroyed 3 well-protected enemy command posts in the Kherson and Odessa regions. However, yesterday's destruction of the Ukrainian army command posts in the suburbs of Kiev showed that Russian engineers continue to improve weapons for the most advanced Russian fighter jets. The fact is that in the suburbs of Kiev, fragments of a very strange rocket were found, which in its shape resembled an anti-ship supersonic missile onyx. At the same time, Ukrainian experts could not understand how the anti-ship missile ended up in the Kiev region several hundred kilometers from the sea. Later it turned out that these fragments belonged to the latest Russian-guided hypersonic missile. The Russians abbreviate this hypersonic missile as ZR, also known as the Ghost missile. This missile was created using radar stealth technology. It has high stealth characteristics. The fact that the Russians began testing the latest hypersonic missile in Ukraine was no secret to NATO. The North Atlantic Alliance was confident that the carriers of these latest hypersonic missiles would be the Tu-22M and Tu-95 strategic bombers. However, the fact that on the night of November 2, the Ukrainian army command posts were destroyed by these latest hypersonic missiles launched from Su-57M fighter jets shocked the NATO leadership. The fact is that the appearance of these latest hypersonic missiles in the arsenal of Su-57 fighters indicates that Russian engineers have managed to significantly reduce their dimensions. As a result, the Russian army has received a stealth hypersonic missile that can be used by multi-purpose fighter jets and even heavy attack drones, such as the S-70 Okhotnik. By the way, the fact that Russian Su-57M fighters, using the latest hypersonic missiles, destroyed enemy command posts in one of Ukraine's most well-guarded zones, indicates that the Russian military, if necessary, can destroy the entire leadership of the Kiev regime in any place of Ukraine.